Hello, good evening, everybody. We're back at it again, and now we're looking at the gold market. All right. The last time let's just do a quick recap. If you remember what this market was saying, we said that we wanted to see price trade higher into this shaded area, this brown looking shaded area, and then break and then cascade lower. We've seen that kind of behavior, right? But we haven't seen, very meaningful break downwards. There's so much movement that happened inside of here from this high to this low down here, but there is still room for, further bearishness. Even though on the 1 hour chart, we can see this pivot that we looked at the previous time, and then we said that we wanted to see how price was going to react inside of here. It came inside of here, went higher, retested it, failed to go higher. We have a pivot here, retested that pivot, or rather tested that pivot, and since then it has found its way lower, but it still hasn't taken out this particular block that we're interested in. So this week, we want to see price break this pivot and then continue lower. On the daily charts, let's just do this. On the daily chart, this is what we have. We have this imbalance here. So that was why we're looking to see price trade inside of here because of this imbalance that we have here. And then a bearish pivot. So price traded inside of it and has broken lower. This low right here is of interest to me. I want to see price break below this low right there. I want to see price break below this low. So should price break below this low, I'll start seeing this other pivot here, this block that we denoted on the hourly time frame. I'll start seeing this as support becomes resistance. So break, pull back into it, and then I want to sell short. Right? So that is how I'll interpret this thing. Once that is the case, let's see the 60-minute chart, or let's see the 4 hour chart and see what we have. So on the 4 hour chart, let's assume that this thing is still going to insinuate more longs before it keeps going lower. I would like to see something like this before this mustn't necessarily happen in one single strike downwards. It could take multiple swings on its way down, but I'd like to see something like this high, then cascade lower. What will I be looking at if that is the case? I'm seeing these two highs here. I'm going to zoom in for you to understand what I'm pointing at. If you look here, there's a high on this candle and another high. There's a high on this candle right there and another high on this candle. So should we go down to the 15 minutes, the 5 minutes, this is going to be relative equal highs. You'll see like a double top right here. So anybody who is short, anybody who is selling this market anywhere inside of here will see this as a protective stop placement area. So should price want to insinuate higher, I would like to see it do this and then sell from here to continue lower. If this is not the kind of narrative we'll get, then I would like to see something like this for price to just trade from here, just break lower. But overall, I'm looking to see a short term correction in gold. So the bias remains short. We have all this movement in here, and I'm expecting to see some sort of retracement inside of it. So let's even pull up the fib. I know this is it's kind of new, but you know it's let's do it. So this is the 50% of this move. I'm using this candle body close here. I don't want to use this wick, right? Because all this the real volume, the body of the real volume for me is inside of the body of the candle. So I'm using that body right there. So 50% of the range is here. So to the least I'm expecting is for price. So if you want to go higher, I can go higher here and then continue lower. If not, I just want to see price trade lower. But I want to see bearishness. in there. All right, so the last market we looked at earlier was the dollar index. Let's see. So for the dollar index, we said we wanted to see here create a bullish price action, which we've seen. Should dollar remain bullish, we want to see a bullish reaction from inside of where it is now, which is then it was inside here. I said I wanted to see some sort of manipulation lower and then going higher. That failed to happen. It swiped down, came up, failed to take this one high, take this high out here, which would have created a bullish pivot. It failed to take it out and then swiped lower again before creating that pivot. And when that happened, I pointed it out that we now have a bullish pivot by virtue of the kind of break we saw here on the 1 hour. And I said I wanted to see a pullback down and then a continuation higher. That we have seen. And what did it do so far? We have relatively equal highs here. Price has traded inside of it, even though I don't like this candle the way it printed. It seems like was something that happened in Asia, but price has had some sort of trading inside of here, clearing out the buy side liquidity, protected stops for whoever, retail traders, those who are less informed, that have their who have their stop losses here, or who have their buy stop orders here as well. It triggered it and then had a pullback right inside. So what does this mean for Forex? What does this mean for EU? We said we wanted to see some sort of pullback on EU and GU as well. If you remember, we said we wanted to see, because this one was making higher highs, we looked at GU to see if it was making a lower high, right? So this made a higher high while the dollar made a lower low at this point, right? So it was showing a symmetrical market, and then we saw that break that I said I liked. I said I preferred this break to what we had in the dollar index, and this was the outcome. We saw it break lower, created a bearish pivot here, pull back inside of this imbalance, this inefficiency here, which I'm going to denote in a second. From here to here. How is that so awkward? Right. So he did this and then pulled back into here. Boom. What did we see? Back into this level of interest, which if we go down to the daily, we'll find out what that is. On the daily, that is an imbalance right there, right? So this is an imbalance. We extended it to the right. Price is reacting inside of it. So are we going to see bullishness from here? Are we going to see bearishness continue? Right, right now I don't really know what it is I'm looking at in the Euro USD. I don't really know what it is I'm looking at, other than the fact that this right here, this whole down move right here that sends price higher, taking out buy side here and here, if I'm looking at it for what it is, then this is a bearish pivot. The break of this low creates a bearish pivot. So this move inside of here, all I'll be expecting is for price to drop. But being that this is the daily chart, it's going to take a lot of days for this to play out. All right. So it's to go down on the lower time frames, see what price is doing. I don't like this color for some reason. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's better. Let's see. Even better. All right. So pivots, break lower. For now, I think I'll just stick to the bearish side of the market for now. I think that's what I'm going to do. Well, given what the dollar index is doing, that's what will actually determine what uh the Euro USD is going to do. All right. So let's see if we can make sense of the dollar index for the forex traders. All right. So this is the dollar on daily charts. We've seen this bullish pivot here, this high sends price lower, taking out sell side. It has broken it higher. A pullback into this inefficiency here. I won't lie to you, I'll be expecting bullishness from here. So the goal is for us to simplify trading as much as possible. So from here, I'll be expecting continued bullishness. This is daily chart. I'll be expecting continued bullishness in the dollar to retest these old highs at least, right? Into this a monthly level. This is a monthly pivot level, pivot area. So this pullback inside of here, uh, I'll be expecting. I would like to see it continue going higher. So if that is the case, the reverse will be the case on euro and pound. So here I'll favor bearish price action into this relative equal lows. This low here and this low here. Let's see pound. Yeah, same thing for pound. So pound has taken out buy side here. On the daily, we have a bearish pivot here. This low sends price higher, taking out this relative equal highs here and here. A pullback into it, I'll favor shorts. So that's what I'll favor at this time. But I'm going to be very careful in pound as well, because if you look at pound, you find out that we have a bullish pivot here. I have this as a bullish pivot. Why? Because this high sends price lower, taking out sell side here before they break higher. So I'm going to be, more careful on the pound. So this is it basically for the gold and forex. Because this community, we are heavily focused on gold and forex. Most people here, what you trade is gold and forex. That's why I'm, basically focused on gold and forex. So this is it. If you have any questions, please do well to ask. Uh, I don't know if I should break it down again. I think I already have on what the direction is. You can now use what you know about the markets to uh, trade intraday. Maybe going forward, I'll start dropping in intraday charts and where I'm expecting price to go, and then how you can execute off of that, right? But for now, I'm just giving you what I think the direction is, and as you've already seen, uh, we are more right than wrong a lot of times, even though that's not the point. The point is, let's get the direction right. If we get direction, then the next thing is let's execute our processes as clean as possible. See what we can take out of the marketplace week in, week out. All right. Everybody have a wonderful week. Cheers. See you on the next one.